Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the last show of the day, the last trade. At the moment, investors across the globe are eyeing key trends around the US jobs data, which is due later today, as they wish to see if this could reinforce the need for faster US interest rate hikes. They're also assessing the impact of a potentially faster than expected policy tightening by the US Federal Reserve. And to add on to investor food for thought, the rise of Omicron cases persists. But looking at the local bourse's performance today, and the ASX 200 closed up, gaining 95 points or 1.29% and crossing above its 125-day moving average. Over the last 5 days, the index is virtually unchanged but is currently 2.35% below its 52-week high. All 11 sectors ended up, with energy being the best performer, gaining 2% and 4.06% over the past 5 days. Another top performer today in the stock space was Medibank Private, up 2%, as well as Unibel, Rodamco, Westfield following close by, and NIB, Lynas Rare Earths, EML Payments trailing behind. Then on the flip side, in the red zone today was Sims, the biggest laggard, down a staggering 6.7%. This was followed by NOVONIX, Magellan Financial Group, James Hardie, and Paladin Energy. Then Ramsay Healthcare acknowledged the new restrictions imposed by New South Wales and Victoria Health Services on elective surgery. The government's plans to enforce a major suspension of elective surgery in a bid to alleviate pressure on hospitals, ambulances and testing systems amid escalating COVID infections. Recently, the company had stated that the impact on the financial year 22 will be immaterial and depend on the geographical coverage, extent and duration of restrictions. It's estimated that the total EBIT impact of COVID-19 in the first quarter of the 22 fiscal year will be at 55 million Australian dollars. James Hardie Industries has appointed Harold Wines as interim chief executive after employees raised concerns about Jack Truong's work-related interactions. The board ultimately concluded, based on the independent third-party consultant surveys and analysis, direct input from various executives, and additional information, that Mr. Truong's conduct, while not discriminatory, extensively and materially breached the James Hardie Code of Conduct. And today, responding to the news, shares fell by over 4%. Meanwhile, after concluding a comprehensive due diligence process, Woolworths Group has advised Australian pharmaceutical industries that it's withdrawn its proposal, and it has not been able to validate the financial returns it requires in line with the group's capital allocation framework. Both Woolworths and API shares traded in the red zone today. And CIMIC Group's UGL has been awarded a number of design, engineering, procurement and construction contracts in the renewables and utilities sectors. The contracts will deliver a combined revenue to UGL of more than $296 million, and each of which commence in late 2021, and they're expected to be completed by the year 2023. CIMIC shares traded up by over 1%. And now, before we move on to other trending updates, it's time for a short break. Tune in to stay updated while on the move.
We will tell you where the crypto craze has reached,
Where the property market is headed next.
what the world is doing to become more environmentally friendly.
Apart from tracking the daily market charter.
Be on top of the latest news and announcements
With Kalkine TV. Hello and welcome back to the last trade. Let's move on now to the global market performance. And Asian shares snapped 2 days of losses, climbing as investors waited to see whether the US jobs data due later will reinforce the need for faster US interest rate hikes. Meanwhile, investors continue to assess the impact of a potentially faster than expected policy tightening by the Federal Reserve. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside of Japan rose 0.3%, while Japan's Nikkei gave up early gains to slip 0.66. All this as China's Shanghai Composite was up 0.5% and Hong Kong's Hang Seng 0.7%. Following suit, Singapore's Straits Times was up as well 0.3% and South Korea's Kospi 0.8% up. Overnight, the three main Wall Street indices closed lower at 0.1% to 0.5% after swinging between gains and losses for much of the session. And of course, bond yields continue to rise. The cryptocurrency market continued to slide with lower volumes following weaker sentiments in riskier asset classes. The global crypto market cap dropped over 1% today to 2.04 trillion, comparing to the last day. The total crypto market volume jumped about 14% to 101.89 billion. And for the major cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin dipped 1.13%, while Ethereum tumbled 3.67%. And in other news, electronics giant Samsung is venturing into the metaverse with the opening of a virtual store in Decentraland. Named after Samsung's flagship 837 store in New York, the Samsung 837X virtual store will open for business for a limited time. Well, that is a wrap today on The Last Trade, but I hope you found the market closing commentary informative. We'll be back next week live from Sydney at 9:30 a.m. in the morning with our first report on the pre-market conditions. Holly Shields signing off.